Hi everyone, I'm Becky. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome for the first time. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and everyone who has liked and shared. It is so much appreciated. I really do thank you so much. Now, what are we going to do for the month of September? September is going to be a very interesting month, and we are going to do a 5-card spread. 4 of the cards, one each, will represent each week of the month, with the 5th card being the energies that we can expect as we move into the month of October. I'll also be crowning the reading today with 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck to give the angels the last word and to also give us some insight as to what sort of love energies may be at work during the month of September. It's going to be very interesting indeed. If you are into astrology, as I am, even though I'm not an astrologer, I'm really into it, some of the eclipse points will be triggered again this month. So, even though we're not having an eclipse, some of the other planets are moving over those exact degrees one more time, and so we'll be able to revisit some of the issues and refine and maybe develop some of the aspects that occurred last month. Also, Mercury is going direct. Yay! I hope Mercury retrograde has not played havoc with you as it has with me. I completely lost a laptop that decided to just stop, and that was it. So I hope Mercury retro has been kinder to you. Mercury will go direct on the 5th, but the shadow period of Mercury will be a little bit later on around the mid-month period. So we will want to hold off just a little bit if we can until Mercury is back up to full speed once the shadow period has concluded. Okay, so without further ado, on to the readings. Hi Pisces, and welcome to your September 2017 reading. Today we are going to be using 2 card decks, and the first one is the Numerology guidance cards. On this side here, it has various numbers and colors, the same geometric design on each, but with a different message for each one of those numbers. Then we will be looking at love today. We will be drawing 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck, which I know that you are familiar with. All right. Now, I have already created a sacred space, so we'll get started now with the reading. Angels, we're reading for Pisces for September 2017 for the first week of September. Okay, thank you. Abundance. Wow, a lot of people have been getting that. The second week of September, angels for Pisces, and that was it. Wow, okay. Lots of pink so far. Angels, the third week of September for my Pisceans. And I'm dropping the cards. Okay, angels. There it is, week 3. Wow. Angels, week 4 for my Pisces. Week 4 of September for Pisces. Week 4 of September, that one. Yep. Okay. And the end of September, angels, going into October for Pisces. And that's it. Okay. Interesting. Angels, we would like 1 card for Pisces regarding the love energy for the month of September 2017. The love energy, there it is. Wow. Okay, and I wonder if this one wanted to come out. I'm not getting the feeling that is, but I am getting the feeling that is. Okay. And it makes sense. Okay, Pisces, let's look at your cards. For September in week 1, we've got the energy of abundance, 8888. In week 2, we've got spiritual career. I love this card for you. It is 78. It makes perfect sense with my Pisces. Week 3, we've got compassion, number 99. Week 4, we've got surrender, number 91. And at the end of September, going into October, the energy is self-discipline, number 41. And for love, in the month of September, the angels are communicating to you about codependency, which we will talk about as we go through the reading today. Okay, so in week 1, which we are in now, as I'm doing this reading, you have got double 8, 88. 8 in numerology is the number of abundance, and indeed that is what this energy is about, the feeling and the experience of abundance. What is abundance? It's not just money. It can be abundance of love, abundance of feeling the sense of well-being, abundance in yes, in money, yes, in material things as well, but it's an overall feeling of, it's actually, I just heard safety. I just heard safety in the world. For whatever reason, there's a feeling that all is well in terms you have enough of whatever it is you need and even more. And it gives you a sense of groundedness and feeling safe in the world in whatever aspect that applies to you. Let me just look at something here. Okay, now what I'm seeing in week 2, what we've got here on the table is this. Now, I don't know what this is calling forth in your thoughts, but my guess is, Pisces, that for some time, yes, I just heard share your abundance. Yes. Okay, so in week 1, you're feeling this energy of abundance in various areas of life, but whatever it is, you're wanting to share that. And I'm getting that you're wanting to share whatever feeling of abundance you're feeling on a spiritual level. And we've got number 78, which is spiritual career in week 2. Pisces, some of you, now because this is kind of a natural place for a Piscean to go. This is just the way Pisces is. Because you are a water sign and you feel at a very deep level, many Pisceans are in some kind of spiritual career. And it's a very natural place for you to go because, Pisces, you sort of exist in this ethereal realm between the real and the unreal, the seen and the unseen. It's a very natural place for you to be. And Pisces, I'm thinking that some of you, what I'm feeling is some of you may actually be wanting to share the abundance of spirit that you're feeling with others. And you may find a way to do that. Not all of you will be embracing a spiritual career, as it were. But I am feeling that the majority of you will be experiencing and embracing a spiritual path where you can share the abundance of whatever it is, even in non-material ways, with those around you who need you. And I'm getting, for some of you, it may even be, I'm going to say the word ministering, but I don't mean proselytizing or preaching. What I mean here is serving those who have less, those less fortunate. Some of you may be doing some kind of social work or working with homeless people because you are being called to, in week 2, embrace some kind of spiritual, not necessarily career, but career can also mean, at a very basic level, a path, a pathway. So you're being called to embrace that spiritual pathway and to, in some way, by week 3, minister, quote unquote, those are in quotes, to others. And that is going to be however it is for you. Some of you may already be in some kind of a spiritual career where literally it is ministering to others, following that spiritual path you're on. Others of you may actually be volunteering. It won't be a career, so to speak, as in a traditional career definition, but you may be going onto this spiritual path where you feel compelled to go forth and volunteer your services. It may be at a food bank. It may be at a homeless shelter. It may be, if you're, I just heard doctors, a physician, a medical doctor offering services to the poor, offering services to people who can't afford it, or in other countries, I'm thinking Doctors Without Borders, something along that line, where you use your skills and your connection to source, your deep connection to source, and you're deep, deep, deep desire to bring comfort and show compassion to others who are suffering. Because Pisces, on some level, you feel their suffering as well. So the message is, remember not to take their suffering on board, not to take the suffering of others on board into your energy. But you are feeling in week 3 to be on some spiritual path, some spiritual journey, some spiritual mission, as it were, if we want to couch it in that term. And you are going to find ways in week 3 to show compassion and serve others. In week 4, Pisces, you may find that in some ways you're not sure about this path. Yes, you know, you may be doing all of those acts of service to others that we just talked about. It may be that you find by the end of September that it is something that you really just want to surrender to. You may have thought about this path. You may have thought about how you want to bring forth this great sense of service to others. And finally, in week 4, you just say, you know what, you're surrendering to the acceptance of this idea that your path is one of assisting others in some kind of service, in some kind of level of service, because you've got so much to share and you're able to bring forth that kind of spiritual connection to minister to others who need compassion and help. And finally, you just may say, you know what, that is my path, and I surrender to that notion, to that idea of myself doing that. As you leave September and move into October, the energy we have here is the one of self-discipline, okay? And that's what I was just referring to when I said, if you decide to undertake some kind of service to others who are less fortunate, or some kind of service to others who are in need or suffering in some way, that feeds your soul, Pisces. But what you have to remember is to have the self-discipline to not allow yourself to take on board in your energetic field any kind of suffering that is sort of belonging to the energy of the others that you are serving. If you take on board all of that suffering energy into your own energetic body, then it's going to cause you to be depleted, and then you won't be able to provide this spiritual service to others. All right? So when you do the surrendering, is not surrendering to the suffering that you see that you need to, quote, minister to. It's not that. It's surrendering to the notion that yes, you can help others in this way, but you've got to have the self-discipline so that you can protect yourself and make sure that when you do minister to others, that you are full of the energy you need to bring forth healing, great healing, Pisces, that you're able to call forth and help others with, help them heal themselves even. And that self-discipline will help to remind you to keep your energy clear so that you can bring 100% to each human being that you are attempting to serve. Now, in the love field, in the month of September 2017, we have the codependency card. And I forgot what sign it was. This card did come up once before in the September readings. And it says, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. Now, what does this card mean? Does it mean what? Well, when we think of addictions, we think of drugs, whether they're prescription or illegal drugs. It doesn't matter. It's still some kind of substance that people take to alter their realities and cushion themselves from whatever reality they don't want to see. Okay, It could be something as simple as shopping too much, using retail therapy to make yourself feel better, or your partner, or someone you're interested in a love situation. It could be, it could be drinking. It could very well be alcohol. It could be sex. It could be addictions to anything. It could be addictions to chocolate, to sugar, to sweets. It could be addictions to just about anything. Sports, watching too much football, baseball, whatever sport happens to be on at the moment, which it's not football, but we're in August. We've just passed August. We're in September, so football must be coming. In fact, I think the games are already underway. So it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be what you're traditionally thinking of as alcohol or drugs. But whatever it is, Pisces, you, of all the signs, have it, not you personally, but Pisces, all Pisces, because you can really feel others' pain on a very visceral level. Sometimes you tend to, and your ruler is Neptune, and sometimes when you feel all that, you want to escape that. And you, of all signs, are prone to escapism. And it's really because you're so sensitive of a soul that sometimes the pain that you're feeling, whether it be yours or from others that you've absorbed and taken on board as your own, is so great that you feel you need to shelter, you put some shelter around yourself. And so you kind of go into this escapist mentality. Okay, fine. This Neptunian fog, so to speak, this illusion, the illusionary escape that you get from self-medicating with alcohol or spending too much money or whatever it is, to sort of separate yourself from those deep emotions. So the card is cautioning you that when you show up in love, when you do show up in a love situation, whether it's one you have now, one you're trying to call forth, one that you had and you're trying to put back on track, when you decide to show up in love, Pisces, you must do so as who you really are, without the mask that you wear when you self-medicate with drugs, self-medicate, whether it's prescription or not. I mean, of course, you want to take the medicines that you're supposed to be taking, but if they're prescription drugs that you're not supposed to be taking, but yet you're using them to create an altered state of consciousness on purpose, then that's something you need to look at. We all need to take the medicines that our doctors prescribe if we feel that's what we need to do. However, if your doctor, for example, some people are get prescriptions for a pain medication, and it's quite common, they get addicted to that and then they take too much, even when it's not necessary. So we have to watch that line, and we have to use self-discipline, Pisces. You're going to need to call forth your own self-discipline, because when you do, you're going to have to realize, I don't need to self-medicate in order to avoid reality or become aware of what pain you're harboring, emotional pain from the past, even from past love, even hurt you may have experienced before. Let that go. Let that go, and embrace who you really are now, and know that you are an abundant soul who can really, really deep dive into spiritual matters. That is exactly your home, Pisces. You are a soul of great compassion for others, and you're able to surrender to this knowingness that who you really are is this person, and who basically you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are able to feel intensely the pain of others, and by doing so have great compassion for them. And at the same time, you need to have that self-discipline so that you don't feel the need to mask that. So I would recommend, Pisces, that you adopt some sort of meditation technique this month and really adhere to it every day. Whether it's just 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. Whether you look for a meditation on YouTube, whether it's guided or whether it's not, whatever speaks to you, do it. And I want you to start clearing your chakras, and I want you to start placing energetic shields around your your body, so to speak, so that you are shielded as you go about doing this work, which is going to involve your compassion for others, okay? Shield your body, adopt a meditation practice where you are clearing your energy every single day, all those chakras, clear them out, surround yourself in light. You can even ask Archangel Michael to help you with shielding, and watch out for that. Remember, in order to really connect with your true love, you need to show up as who you really are and be present in that moment with that person. No chemicals, no masks, just you, who you really are. Because Pisces, you are enough just the way you are. You are more than enough. All right, Pisces, this has been your reading for September. It is quite an interesting one and one of my favorites of the whole bunch. So that's all for now. I hope it's helped you in some way, and I hope some of it's resonated. Just take what you will from it that you can use and leave the rest behind that does not apply to you. I'll be back mid-month with a quick update, and until then, Pisces, I wish you peace and richest blessings and great love beyond your wildest dreams. And so it is.